Have you ever been brainstorming and you hear an idea that's just so ridiculous and out of place that you immediately disregard it? Or have you ever wanted to contribute something that you thought was just so stupid that you prefer to just keep quiet? Well, today I'm going to be telling you why you should stop doing that and how it's hurting your creativity. Before we start, let me preface this video by clarifying that the ideas I'm going to be talking about and referring to in this video are ones that have to do with brainstorming a film or story idea and can even be applied to a business or product idea. I am not talking about ideas that you may have in regards to your personal life, your relationships, or your health. When it comes to those things, there are definitely stupid ideas that should be avoided. But now that I've cleared that out of the way, let me explain to you why sometimes seemingly dumb ideas can really be gold mines for actually great ideas. See, in every creative idea you have, there will be a percentage of it that will work, a percentage of it that might work, and a percentage of it that won't work. Most of how we define the viability of these different percentages are based upon work you've done in the past, so you know it'll work you've seen other people do, so you know it might work, or work that no one else has been able to do, or has simply been proven over time that it just doesn't work. The more ideas we have that we know will work, the better we feel the idea is. And as you start to drift further into the realm of the might works and won't works, the more stupid you feel the ideas are. But it really shouldn't be looked at that way. When I was in college, me and a friend of mine who I worked with on most of my projects would be really picky about coming up with unique and creative ideas. I still am. We would go to the McDonald's near our college after class because coffee shops were too expensive, and we'd sit there and brainstorm for many hours. And this would be done with the goal of not leaving until we have an idea figured out and a basic plot around it. Now, I don't know if you've ever sat down in a 4-hour brainstorming session when there's just 2 of you, but let me just tell you that you run out of your will work ideas really fast. You run out of them in pretty much the first hour or so. And then all you're left with are your might work ideas and your won't work ideas. This is where remixing your ideas becomes crucial. Think about it. Every idea that you have has some merit to it. Sure, you might not like 80% of it, but what you can do is write down the 20% that you like and think might work and try and come up with a new 80% of an idea around that. If your new idea is again only 20% good, well, guess what? Now you have 40% of a good idea, and you can keep this going until you have 100% of a really great idea. It sounds pretty obvious, but I rarely have seen anybody use this technique. Now, I know some of you might have tried it and some of you might have had similar methods that you use in the past, and if you have, comment them below and say how you did it. But most people are too nervous to throw out ideas because they're afraid they're going to look dumb in front of others. Or even worse, they'll think of themselves as less intelligent, and that's simply not true. Not every one of your ideas will work, and in fact, you'll end up throwing away most of them. But so what? You can come up with a new one. I believe the biggest problem is that most people feel as though that their first answer or their first idea is going to be their only one, and so they have to get it right. No, you don't. Very rarely does anybody. If your first idea doesn't work, see where it failed and come up with a new one, and another one after that, and you keep going until you get it right. Now, here is where you'll see the importance of what I said in Friday's video about finding the people you work best with. You can't come up with truly unique and creative ideas in a group of people that are immediately going to shoot down an idea without first dissecting the good parts of it. And if you're someone who tends to shoot down ideas really quickly, please don't, at least not without getting the good parts out of it first. It's also super important that none of you become personally offended if your idea isn't liked by your group. Remember that you all share the same common goal, which is to tell the best story you possibly can. I'm really surprised and pleased by the amount of support that this channel's been getting, and I just wanted to say thank you to anybody who's watching these videos. The view count at the bottom of the video might seem like it's only a number sometimes, but knowing that the things that I say might be benefiting hundreds of people really make it worthwhile making these videos. And I want to hear from you about if you like the content, or if there's anything I could be changing to improve them, or if there's other things that you'd be interested in seeing or learning. I also realize that a lot of people watching these videos are really new to or have never even tried filmmaking or making videos. And because of that, alongside my regular content, I've decided to start a series where I teach you about the fundamentals and the basics of filmmaking to get you started. And like you saw in last Monday's video, you really don't need anything more than a phone camera to get going. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications by hitting the bell icon so that YouTube lets you know whenever I put those videos up. And I look forward to reading all your comments.